Trying to think of it.
I don't give a fuck if you record. You can record and report it to anybody. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Give me my refund. Hurry up.
I never thought the day where I would see the Nutty Professor, Hercules, and Dora all fused into one.
He needs some milk.
Do you watch? And if so, what's your favorite genre? Hentai, ebony, BBW?
You know, I've watched hentai before, and I'm not gonna talk shit about it. But for the most part these days, no, I don't. I'm terrified to accidentally come across one of my videos in the suggested. But Twitter, you can keyword search, and it's kind of like a safe space with blinders on where you can't really go wrong there. Or fan fiction.
My reading the Song of Solomon in the Bible.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're a big boy. Hi, you're so cute. What's your name? What's your name?
It's right there.
Oh, hi. Vino Moose. Oh, hi, Vino Moose.
Do you know how I know that people who make comments like these are absolute virgin incels? Because 23 people over 10 years, I'm 30, is 2.5 people a year.
Meanwhile, all of the disciple of the soy be like,
marry women that slept with 500 men.
Yes, it's absolutely just a case of...
You're a simp!
Why do you think men care about a woman's body count?
Do you? People actually care about that?
Men in general.
If a man is fucking asking me a body count, he can. Who gives a? Oh my God, that's so stupid. People actually ask.
Yes.
You okay? Well, then you're talking to the wrong man. If a man is ever asking you about your body count, you're talking to the wrong man, and he can get that's so stupid.
So can I ask you this then?
Yeah, sure.
So, what do you think about the analogy? If one key can open many locks, it's known as a master key, as opposed to if you have a lock that can be opened by any key, it's a lock.
I think that if a woman is an analogy to you, then you're not ready to be talking to a woman, and you should probably get. So, if a woman is the key to you, talk to your mom, talk to your sister, talk to your cousin. I don't know, get a life.
So I had a female subscriber ask me, what is a high body count? Well, for the majority of men, the lower, the better. But since I am Asian and I'm an absolute genius and I have never made a mathematical error in my life, sweetheart, here's a mathematical equation for you. Now, if you look at a cat, it says a cat has 9 lives. And after 9, the kitty is dead.
Perfect.
I don't think a woman's value goes down because of her body.
Let me ask you a question. How many bodies you got then?
I'm not answering that.
Ooh. Oh, why do you not want to answer? Because you know deep down your value is intimately tied to how many sexual partners you had when it comes to finding a man.
No, if I could ensure that my parents wouldn't see this, then I would say my body count.
Oh, so why do your parents care then?
They're very culturally traditional.
Why has it been a tradition for women that are promiscuous to not be respected?
That's the patriarchy.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in school.
School? What does he do?
He's in school too.
School? There we are. Would you date him if he's making less money than you?
I wouldn't care.
Really?
Well, yeah. I don't care.
What if he's making $2,000 a month and you're making $5,000?
Well, then together that's $7,000.
It's cool now, but when y'all live together, money gets tight. That's when the problems start.
When she's paying all the bills, buying all the groceries.
Yeah, you come home, he ain't doing nothing, and you catch all this porn on his computer. This dude been busting nuts sitting home all day.
Yeah, that could wear on a relationship, man, especially if you're paying for the majority of the necessities, the rent and everything, and he just paying for the cigarettes. That shit wear you down over time.
It's cool now, but wait till he lose his job. Wait till you get some girlfriends around you. What? He ain't working. He only make $2,000. Hey, you know, Steve been talking. He really likes you.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor. He's making all kinds of money.
Whenever you guys see a girl who jumped from meat sword to meat sword for money, over here, we call that financial AIDS.
I did some statistics studying, you know what I'm saying? And I dug up my research. And my research shows that women are actually the biggest fucking whores ever on the planet. Let me show you my motherfucking statistics. It says that 1 out of 4 women has STDs. Okay? 1 out of 3 women has had an abortion. 90% of women are on birth control. 90% of women are on birth control.
Whoa.
So,
Why does that?
according to my statistics, you bitches are fucking sluts.
I am a female journalist.
It is a crazy country. In my country, we say to let a woman be a journalist is like to give a monkey a gun. Very dangerous. I would say that you should adopt a normal job. In Kazakhstan, there are jobs for many men. You can job opportunities. Please, if you come, you can be a gypsy catcher or an ice maker or a journalist. And for women, there are job opportunities too. You can become a prostitute.
Wonderful.
Meanwhile.
This is my house. I sold my pussy for this fucking house. I did everything. I did.
You guys might make $1 million on only. You're trading $1 million for 45 to 70 years of loneliness. $1 million is a house.
But they said they're okay with
It's
dying
not
off.
worth it, dude. There's a lot of life to live. She gave up a 3-year marriage to go to Miami. A 3-year marriage from Miami. She said, "Well, he didn't let me go to Miami."
You say men?
She threw away a 3-year marriage.
Sir, you're making her cry.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry. We just been through a lot, and I don't know what else to do.
All right, well, I guess
I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna burn it now.
the truth hurts. Women can't handle the truth.
The majority of men will never tell women the truth. Why? Because about 99.99999999999% of us is trying to dig out your guts. The only reason why she is crying, because never before in this woman's life that she has been told the cold, hard truth. And you know who else needs to hear the truth? Mia Khalifa.
We should not be afraid to leave these men. I woke up to 30,000 unalive and grape threats on Twitter today over that take, and I'm really failing to see what's wrong with it. I'm failing to see what's wrong in telling young women who get married young that if they are in relationships that are unhealthy and toxic and make them unhappy, that just because they made a commitment, they are not stuck in these relationships. The only people who are mad, it seems like to me, are the men who are the toxic ones in these relationships and who are afraid of their women having self-realization and exercising free will and leaving them. Because the only thing holding their relationships together is probably the fact that they made a commitment, and their religion and families fucking perpetuate that ideal that you have to stay in a relationship you committed to. You don't. If you're unhappy, get the fuck out of there.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
Oh my God, of course it's not that easy if you have kids, but what do you want to teach your kids? Do you want to teach them to put up with things simply for the betterment of someone else? And at the end of the day, is it for the betterment of your children if you're unhappy?
When you have children, it is never no longer about you. It's about the dang child, you selfish son of a biscuit. Now, I was just curious, why is Mia Khalifa giving all this relationship advice that has potential to destroy families? So I got curious. So I conducted a CSI, a cheat-slaying investigation. So I clicked on Mia Khalifa's profile and I browsed through her TikTok. And for some of you guys, this is the very first time you are watching Mia Khalifa with clothes on, and the very first time you are watching her without a pair of headphones.
I'm about to bust.
Now, the first thing that caught my attention was the word shaitan on her profile. Now, if you guys don't know what shaitan is, in Islam, shaitan is the devil who performs demonic acts. So it all starts to make sense why Mia Khalifa is using her mass following, her platform, to destroy families and to promote her satanic agenda. Now, it gets more trippier the more I dive deep into Islam. Check this out. And this was very interesting. It states, the Prophet said, I looked into paradise and found that the majority of its dwellers were the poor people. And I looked into the hellfire and found that the majority of its dwellers were women. Doesn't that make sense? Because a lot of women today are walking around absolutely godless. This is why it's extremely important for you guys to get in touch with your spirituality. Either it can be Christianity, Jesus, Islam, Allah. Because check this out.
What's your high school or college confession?
I'm a whore.
That's it? That's the confession. That's it.
That's it.
Our body counts are growing because of opportunities.
Cheated on everybody I went with. Things are good. Okay, so I shot a scene with another man for the first time in the 7 years that I've been shooting. I've always shot with my husband, and like 8 days ago, something like that, I was like, I'm gonna go do my scene. I came home, and I feel like it was a little rough because it was new territory. Like, we didn't really know our boundaries yet. We have had a threesome with another guy. It was just like very, very early in it wasn't even a relationship. I was like, he was a fuck boy and I was the girl he was fucking. And like, we had a threesome one night and then we never talked about it again. It was like taboo to talk about. We just pretended it didn't happen. But like, Adam and I have always been just down to have some fun sexual experiences. But then as he fell like more in love with me and I fell in love with him, he was just like, I can't do that with you and another guy. I can't see with another guy. It just like, it wasn't going to work for us.
And gentlemen, on that note, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
The one thing I will say that surprised me a lot about Islam is the amount of emotion involved. Islam is a very masculine frame with which to approach life. Traditional values are enforced. A man has to protect, a man has to provide. The blessing of means then you should give back to the community. To me, it's a very masculine mindset to apply to life. But also the amount of emotion involved. When I took Shahada, the Sheikh, he cried. And he's a serious guy. He's a masculine guy. He's the sort of guy you want to be polite to, but he shed a tear. To see such a masculine man, brought to that emotion is magical. I think it's very rare. And then often in the masjid, people are crying. I had no idea. I had one guy next to me once. He was quivering with emotion. That's how powerful it is. Muslim men say, you have a very soft heart. You are open to Islam. You'll do well. I'm like, why are all these very strong masculine men talking about the heart? It's quite an interesting thing. The type of masculinity that I see in Muslim men who take their faith seriously is a very rounded masculinity. Yes, you take care of your family. Yes, it's your duty to be strong and to be able to defend and provide. But at the same time, you can shed a tear when talking about your relationship with God. You can feel emotion, and that's not frowned upon.